AOC? That's right. This is going to trigger a lot of the vote blue no matter who crowd. So the New York primary is June 25th. Due dissidents. I want a detailed report of what's happening in the New York primary because AOC has a mission. And her mission is to defeat fascism by building a new generation of Democrats and public servants who aren't afraid to take on Wall Street and fight for everyday people. You tell them, AOC. So before I play this cringe video of her saying, hey, remember, we could do all these great things. Just remember, only suckers vote Republican and only suckers vote Democrat. Break away from the two-party system. You do not have a seat at the table, people. This is a simple fact. Because don't worry, I got plenty of videos right now that will show you, because we're going to do some time travel. And one last funny thing to show. But before we go ahead and start time traveling, let's play this video of AOC telling us how she's going to bring that ruckus. She's going to bring the ruckus strong. Tell us, AOC, what's going on?
I will never walk away from this community. I will never walk away from our people. I was a waitress. We grew up scrubbing toilets in order to make rent. And they think we don't understand how bias and power and capitalism works. Give me a break. We live it.
She is not afraid to fight for the people of the Bronx. I love that.
We're going to vote for her because she really understands our needs.
6 years later, after the first cycle, we got a $5 million primary challenge against us. Still have never taken a dollar of lobbyist money. Still remain committed to Medicare for all, a Green New Deal, an elevated living wage, tuition-free.
By the way, AOC being a bartender, I'm not going to say much about that, but something tells me she wasn't the world's best bartender in the whole wide world. Plus, we do realize that she's had her little fair share of being connected to DC. No one asked her what it was like being with the Ted Kennedy crew, right?
Colleges and universities, housing for our people.
Congresswoman has been a great supporter of labor. She's been a great.
Oh, holy shit. Volantera. I hope I said or Volantera. She's still a waitress for Pelosi. Jesus Christ. Holy shit, dude. That's a verbal smack so hard I felt it, man. Ha! Hey, mandatory thumbs up for that statement. Volantera. Everyone, give him a thumbs up for that one. She's still a waitress for Pelosi. Jesus Christ. Holy cow.
Champion for the American Postal Workers Union.
He understands the heart of the people and the heart of the community.
He's a candidate who sees us, who understands us.
We've already started. In the last 6 years, we work with SUNY Maritime out in Throgsneck, and we have built a jobs creation program in order to teach our people how to get high-paying, union-track jobs to build offshore wind here in the Bronx.
Una de las mejores líderes que tiene la comunidad de New York y de Estados Unidos, y siempre la va a estar apoyando 100%.
I do not ascribe to a deficit-based approach to our borough. We are the gem, and we deserve to be treated like that.
I think we need a lot more politicians like her in Washington, D.C.
We need elected leaders who fight for the most marginal populations, which is what AOC does.
We deserve to be at the center of the table of policy making. And the idea that we're going to count ourselves out, I don't accept that.
Vota para Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez el 25 de junio.
Please, everybody support to her.
She's going to fight for us. Vote for her.
Yes, so she's going to fight for us. But never forget, all right? Because now we're going to do some time traveling. I'm sorry if that voice and campaign ad hurts your eyes and your ears and your soul. But how about a palate cleanser? How about a full-on 4-course meal? All right, it's not a 5-course. All right, well, maybe this is a 5-course. The appetizer wasn't all that great, but I got a whole bunch of other delicious videos to show the hypocrisy of AOC. For example, never forget a long time ago when she was confronted about the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. This is what happens when AOC is at an event that's not in her control, in which people do speak out.
Matters unless there's a nuclear war, which you voted to send arms and weapons to Ukraine. Tulsi Gabbard, she's left the Democratic Party because they're running for us. Okay? You originally voted, you ran as an outsider. Yet you've been voting to start this war in Ukraine. You're voting to start a thermonuclear war with Russia and China. Why are you playing with the lives of American citizens? You're playing with our lives.
There will be no neighbors if there's a nuclear bomb. You voted to mobilize and send money to Ukrainian Nazis. You're a coward. You're a progressive socialist. Where are you against the war mobilization? He's telling the right truth. You have done nothing. Tulsi Gabbard has shown guts where you've shown cowardice. I believed in you, and you became the very thing you sought to fight against. That's what you've become. You are the establishment, and you are the reason why everybody will end up in a nuclear war unless you choose to stand up right now and denounce the Democratic Party. Will you do that? Yes or no? Okay, simple. Are you going to stop nuclear war? Yes or no? There is no line, because this is bullshit. None of this matters if we're all dead. None of it. You know that. Then let's take it up right now, because this is the only thing that matters. This is the only thing that matters right now. We could be in a nuclear war at any minute, and you continue to fund it. That's what's going on.
She'll get to the issue last because she can't control the argument. She's never been confronted like this before. And this was way back in 2022. This is pure gold right here, but this is AOC put out of her comfort zone when confronted by people who are angry at her leadership, who are angry at the fact that she has gone to bat for Joe Biden, who said that Joe Biden is exceeding expectations, and she was in a super fast rush to endorse a man who, by the way, has turned and continued to turn a blind eye to the crisis in Gaza. This is the same Joe Biden who's funding billions of dollars to a ridiculous war in Ukraine. Same Joe Biden who, oh, wait, the kids are still in cages. Same Joe Biden under his administration where Roe v. Wade died. I know, again, if the kids were still in cages and Roe v. Wade died under Donald Trump, AOC would be screaming from the rooftop, walking with the pink pussy hat MFers. But she had plenty of time to get fake arrested, though.
Why not right now? You're the liar here. Nobody has held you accountable. That's what's happening. And it is time for you to stand up and realize that what you've been saying has been lies. Let your conscience come through for once.
But never forget, too, when we asked her to fight for Medicare for all.
We can't even get a floor vote on Medicare for all.
That's garbage. You can do it right now. We need 15 Democrats.
Hi, Jimmy.
We need the elected officials that you helped get elected to tell Nancy Pelosi that you will not vote for her as speaker unless Medicare for all is put on the House floor for a vote.
I think it's a really smart idea.
You know, the worst abuse of power, Crystal, is not using the power you have to fight for people.
Will they? Time to let AOC know they have no other option, because we're watching and we see through their bullshit excuses.
We have to put public pressure on them.
I want to see who's going to vote against healthcare in the middle of a pandemic. If you're not going to do it now, you are never going to do it, you phony.
All the people who filled up your voicemail, they're going to remember whether you did the right thing here.
Which side are they really on? This is where you force progressive House members to reveal who they answer to. Do they answer to their constituents, or do they answer to the party bosses? Listen to AOC's own words.
The Democratic Party does not do more unless it is pushed.
And so this moment is the great unmasking.
Force it to happen.
Ask them, are you fighters or are you careerists? Are you activists for the people, or are you posers on Twitter?
Everyone's going to try to tell you.
Now, again, we've all seen this video before. We've asked her to fight for Medicare for all, force the vote. And it turns out that force the vote is not only correct, it's a process that can work. Matt Gaetz proved it. Force the vote is a great tactic. And when we asked AOC to fight for us for Medicare for all, she didn't. So that's another lie from that video. When it came time to talking about peace or understanding or stopping fascism, AOC is more than happy to turn a blind eye to the ridiculous spending that's happening in Ukraine. AOC has done nothing to really call out the Biden-Harris administration. And then when even confronted when there was a point where, oh my goodness, she would not even say the word genocide. Here's how she reacts to constituents and voters and former supporters when they ask her, why don't you say the G word?
You refuse to call it a genocide.
I need you to understand.
It's not okay that there's a genocide happening. You're not actively against it.
You're lying.
I'm lying.
You're not.
You went on TV and avoided talking about it.
It's not. You can't say it's a genocide or what you're deciding to do. You can't call it a genocide. How do you say that? We're not lying.
We're not lying.
You've been
We're on
saying it in
TV.
interviews. It's insane. You haven't been calling it a genocide. Don't tell me I'm lying. Then just say it's a genocide. Just say it. Over 30,000 people are dead, AOC. You can't just say it for once. Just say the word. That's it. That's all we want you to say. Or you're not answering how people can put in public when you can't call it genocide. Over 30,000 people are dying.
Stop. Okay? Stop.
We're not doing anything. We're talking to an elected public official. That's all we're doing. That's it.
Cut it, and you're going to cut this, and you're going to clip this so that it's completely out of context. I already said that it was, and y'all are just going to pretend that it wasn't over and over again. It's fucked up, man. And you're not helping these people, and you're not helping them.
You refuse to.
You're not helping them.
That's how she responds to constituents. That's how she responds to people who challenge her worldview. That's how she responds to those who have decided to be critical of her and her failure of actually being a real fighter. The AOC and the entire Congressional Progressive Caucus, what they did to us, especially for all of us who supported the idea of maybe reforming the Democratic Party. And let's face it, that it was a good game that Justice Democrats' brand new Congress, Our Revolution, and DSA played. It was a good way for them to drain our wallets and our support and our time and energy. Don't waste your time supporting the two-party system. Break away from it. AOC and the entire Congressional Progressive Caucus have been that major disappointment, which is why, again, AOC, why are so many people protesting the guy who exceeded expectations according to you? Why are so many people being denied the right to protest at the DNC convention here in Chicago? Why are so many people speaking out against Democratic lawmakers? It's because people are wising up to the lies. Now, before anyone says, well, what about Republicans? Well, you know what to expect from Republicans, okay? I know what to expect from Republican lawmakers. If you want to watch somebody bash Republicans, fine. Yes, and we've been critical of Republicans, but what more can I say about the Republican Party that has not been said already? Okay? What more can I say? I mean, it's been done. I know what to expect. And by the way, again, the Republican Party is the same as the Democratic Party. The only real difference is that the Democrats have perfected the neoliberal mask to trick voters and also perfected the task of fear propaganda to make voters afraid and lack the ability to think critically to support them, because the Democrats will say things you want to hear but never follow through on them. Okay? Roe v. Wade, Medicare for all, student debt forgiveness, all of this. Democrats don't follow through, but they're very quick to ask you for money. Hey, show of hands. How many people still get emails and text messages and phone calls asking you to please support them and give them money? Type 1 for, no, it's radio silent for me. Type 2, man, they still ask me for money. But at least I'll end this on a humorous note, because I don't know how this primary will play out. I don't know how this entire election will play out, but at least I was able to quickly find this gem of a video. So, because there's a video clip of her storming out of that movie theater that I thought I lost, and I was so happy to find it again because it's pure gold. Because this will probably be AOC's reaction come November when the Democrats get their faces kicked in. This is going to happen. Honestly, though, I feel sorry for her boyfriend. Whatever you do, dude, don't try and comfort her.
People in Gaza don't get a moment of peace, and neither do people like you.
Hey, babe, let me put my arm around you. Get off me!
Moment of peace, and neither do people like you.
One more time.
And neither do people like you.
I hope she didn't throw a frying pan at his head when they got home. Hey, buddy, blink twice if you're in danger. So what can we take away from that AOC propaganda? What can we take away from these campaign ads? Well, obviously, AOC has perfected her craft. Hey, but by the way, folks, who remembers way back in the innocent era of 2018? Remember that year? Remember when she said, hey, I'm okay with being a one-term congresswoman? I remember that. AOC. All right, your final transformation and becoming Mama Nancy Bear 2.0 is almost complete. People will never forget the lies of the Democratic Party, and I think it's long overdue that people break away from it. Don't fall for the trick from these charlatans. Don't be tricked, because these politicians are liars, and they'll say things you want to hear. But hey, you know what? No matter what, at least you still have somebody to put their arm around you.
People don't get a moment of peace, and neither do people like you.
Oh, that's just too funny.